Hello and happy Monday to my OMG caretaker family. I'm Tezzy Baldwin and thank you for joining me today. Here's episode 7, and today we're going to be talking about the stages of Alzheimer's. First of all, let me just preface this conversation by saying I am not a licensed nurse or social worker or anything like that. The knowledge that I'm going to be bringing you is based on research, and it is also based on experience. I told you guys I am in the skilled nursing world. I'm in the medical world, but I'm not a doctor. I'm not a nurse. But I do have experience. I have actually taken a dementia and Alzheimer's course once upon a time when I worked for one of the skilled nursing companies. That was a requirement for everybody to take sensitivity training. Some of you may or may not have heard of sensitivity training, and it was an Alzheimer's and a dementia sensitivity training, and it basically just gave us a day in the life of someone who has the disease, and it also provided us with details on what to do and what not to do based on a person that does suffer from Alzheimer's and dementia. But today, specifically, we're talking about Alzheimer's. Alzheimer's symptoms typically are mild and categorized by general forgetfulness. Those early signs includes forgets recently read material, trouble organizing or planning, forgets where valuables have been placed, trouble managing money, forgets recent events, names, details about that person's own identity, dates, trouble with challenging tasks at work if they're still the person still working, wanders and becomes lost in familiar places. This could even be in the home or someone else's home that they're typically pretty familiar with. Those middle signs, Alzheimer's symptoms for someone who's in that middle stage are more disabling. And possibly at this stage is when you should probably need additional assistance. Maybe start looking into a memory care facility, start looking to those Alzheimer's resources, a caregiver at home. The middle signs or stages includes delusions, compulsions or repetitive behavior, agitation, restlessness and anxiety, needs assistance with getting dressed, bladder and bowel function issues, trouble learning new things, problems with reading and writing, those, everyday tasks that, sometimes we tend to take for granted, loses track of time or surroundings, and they have a lot of issues with sleep disturbances. May possibly need some assistance in that area. The late signs and stages of Alzheimer's, these are pretty significant and apparent. So at this stage, you're no longer wondering if your loved one has the disease, because at this stage, there is a significant personality and behavioral change, loss of ability to hold a conversation, difficulty moving, eating, and swallowing, loss of bladder and bowel control, lack of awareness of recent activities and surroundings, and highly susceptible, to infections like pneumonia. So at this stage, hopefully you have considered assistance. You have looked into a memory care facility. You've, contacted the Alzheimer's Association. That is a very, 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 very good resource to have. They are super good about getting you connected with the proper resources that you may need in order to take care of your loved one if you're still going to keep the person in house. If not, then, I have made a video on, how to look up ratings for different facilities, star ratings, Google reviews, things of that nature, and then just going by and checking out the facility itself. Never, I'm not going to say never, but take what you read, 50%, and then the other 50, you're going to have to actually get out there, go look, feel, touch, see, and just kind of connect to see if that is the environment that your loved one belongs in. Alzheimer's can be extremely emotional for the caregivers. I have seen people come in just completely broken down. They don't understand why, if it's a parent, why they are not remembering that that's their child. They could be calling them another child's name. There could be a lot of different things that's happening at the various stages. The best thing to do is seek support and seek, you know, guidance on what I need to do. What's my next steps? Once you put your loved one in a memory care, what kind of care are they going to be getting? What kind of activities are they going to have? Do they have pet therapy? Do they have I know that they have some of the facilities, if it's an all female, they may have baby dolls that they give to each one of the ladies back there. And that is a whole program within itself. It's a very, very, very good program. These dolls are lifelike. They feel like babies. They cry, things of that nature, and it gives the person a sense of purpose again. The other things that they could have are touch therapy. A lot of things with sensory and motor skills. Ask questions about these things, about these activities, because the last thing you want is to put your loved one in a memory care facility and all they're doing is parked in a corner somewhere. um, there's still quality of life to be given to someone, even with a diagnosis of Alzheimer's and dementia. Again, the asking the right questions, getting the right information, making those pop-up visits, just to see if what you inspecting is, you're expecting, you're going to have to inspect it also to make sure it's happening. I would sit in on some of those classes. I would sit in on some of those activities. Again, you just want to make sure that the quality of life that they're being given is still great. Just because someone has dementia or Alzheimer's does not mean that you can't give them an excellent quality of life. Actually, we should be giving them a better quality of life at that point because of everything that's going on, because of the forgetfulness, because of all of the different stages that the mind and the body are going through as a result of the disease progressing. That's all I have for right now. I'm Tessie Gilbert Baldwin. Thank you for joining OMG I'm a Caretaker, and this was your Caretaker Minute. Today is Monday, August 26th, and I'm so glad that you joined me, and I will see you later. Bye.